Howdy folks, how are we doing? Now it's a couple of days since we were out with Martin from Ceres setting up the Unimole. Didn't use it yesterday, this is the first time I've used it since. And I've come down into what we call 24 acres, a nice long field. By Jove, she is tight. There's certain spots where I'm using all 300 horsepower, and traction's not a particular issue, but you know, it's bloody hell, it knows about it. I mean, we joke at it, so thinking it'll give us more traction, and he's giving us traction. I've got traction, but by Jove, there's a bit right up there by where it's starting to go up the hill. Man, she is tight. So when we're going to go back up, we have been in second high or high overdrive. We're going to go in high standard just to come back half a gear lot. Because I had to drop it into first because it initially bogged, and I had to clutch it and stop and everything and re-go. Then come back, I thought, well, coming downhill, we'll try it back in second, and it needed some fair revs. So we'll just ease back half a gear and see how we go. But you don't know till you try, do you? Another thing is, it is a shakedown for it, because it ain't done any work for, I don't know, 11 years, anything like that. So you don't know what it's going to be like until you work it. Like, that's when you find out the problems. One problem I've got, I'm going to have to put gloves on for it. I'm getting a lot of exhaust fumes out where it goes into that flexi, especially when it's working hard. So we'll just see if we can put a spanner on that and tighten that up a bit. Yeah, look where I pulled out. I should have, I'll have to make sure I pull out a bit earlier and keep moving. Like, there's some big old lumps there. I don't really want to keep bringing them out. So you've got to be careful, because this ditch here will swallow that FW. A deep old ditch that is. But yeah, you've got to work it to find out these things. So we had issues yesterday. My fault really. I hadn't these little floats in there, and they should be able to spin so that you can move the arms up and down. Because where it was set, when it was lifting right up, it was catching on the frame there. Top link was. Obviously, that's what you don't want that. So I had to muck about quite a while getting them free. Then we can adjust the arms down. That means you can lift it all the way up without, touching any of the frame or anything like that. What was the other thing? The other thing. Got grease on me. 3 spool valves on here, plus the up and down for the linkage, obviously. Let me get out of this wind. And again, I checked all the spools were working, but there's no floats on any of them. I mean, how unusual is that? I don't know, is that usual on these or unusual? I don't know, to be fair. And you need to run this ram in float when you're in the ground, so that it can follow ground contours and everything like. And that doesn't allow you to then put it in at that angle, so it goes in like that, and same when it comes out, you have your ram in float, lift your linkage, and it comes up like that, up to the surface. Then you can lift it up, like, so you don't end up with bits like that. Because obviously it's a long old leg, like, you lift that up when you're not moving, it's just going to lift a load of boulders up. So what we had to do, Darren was about, you've just seen him in the video, and we swapped the float from the 3-point linkage to one of the spools, which was quite handy. We could just swap the pipes about. So now one of the spools is on a float, but the linkage isn't. So yeah, it's all fun and games, but you don't know these things till you get out and work them, do you? So other than that, she seems strong. Nothing else is going to. Oh, there is another issue. The brake sometimes sticks on, so you've got to be careful of that. The actuator under there that actually does the mechanism, you can see it's a bit knackered, so I'm going to have to get a new one of them. It's on the wonk a bit, so sometimes it gets caught and don't release the brakes. All good fun, isn't it? Like I say, you don't find these things out until you work them. Anyway, get a spanner, see if we can just tighten them that exhaust clamp up right, so we don't die of diesel fumes. Well, that clamped it up quite a bit, so hopefully, well, I mean, I can't smell diesel fumes anymore quite as much, so yeah, it looks better. I want them coming out the top of the stack, not out of a side pipe there. Yeah, so I've dropped it down into standard, so it just drops it like half a gear. So according to the diagram, at 2000, well, just over 2000 RPM, in overdrive is 5.1, and in standard it's 4.6. So it's like half a mile an hour. At the minute we're about 1800 RPM, so yeah, well, I'd say we're probably doing about 4 mile an hour, which is just about what you want. Not the sort of job you can rush. Well, I don't know when this fill was last mould, but a good while ago, I'd say. And the other thing I found that I'd not found before, coming up the field this morning, was like changing gear. Start off in third, for example, go to change into fourth, a bit like the fast track, nothing. But you can feel it sort of biting a smidge, but it's not, you know, you're not drawing off. And you stop, right, okay, we'll just draw off in fourth, and away she goes. Didn't seem to like the change in the gear. Obviously you don't want the clutch slipping, especially on something like this, because you'll just blow the clutch up. So that was an odd one. It's not done that before. But yeah, it seems fine if you're not, you know, because it's an old crash box, like an unsynchronized gearbox. Normally you just put it in the gear you want, and then you leave it in that gear. You know, there's no power shifts, nothing like that. This is, yeah, we're starting to get to the bit where it's really tight. Hopefully we don't run out of horsepower this time. Just have a few more revs. Go. I'm coping better this time. Maybe. Oh no. Slipping a bit now. Come on, girl. Well, yeah. Bugger. So, I can't just drop it a gear and pull it. Well, you can, but you risk a lot of damage if you're doing that. So, what we're going to do, I'm going to have to lifting her up on the linkage. It's not ideal. Put her in first, then we'll just draw forward like that a bit, lift her up, then we'll have to go backwards. That's such a tight bit, that is. It's not ideal because you're disrupting your mould. Right, so we'll try again. Hopefully we'll yeah. See, and a bit like this, I don't know whether we would be better on with, you know, just stubble or not, I don't know. No, but we still, I mean, at the end of the day, we still run out of horsepower, didn't we? So I might have to go down another gear coming up, just so we can pull through. Don't know. Bloody hellfire. Come on, girl. Come on. Jesus H. Christ. I'm sure she's going to do it. Well, we're through it. Just that blooming bit. It really was struggling for grip the way up. Found another bit. You know what we want? We don't want an FW, we want a Cat D9. That's what we want. Steel tracks. Still appear to be losing some exhaust gases out of that bit of flexi. Not quite as many though. Well, we're getting later in the afternoon now and we're well over halfway. We're doing well. Engine ain't missing a beat. Let's do this, lift her up and just steer her out like that, which is quite handy. Quite easy. Once you've done it a few times, it's quite easy. So that is one thing with the Arctic, like I've seen them with plows on as well. You can start turning at the headland before you've lifted up. But yeah, no, everything's going all right apart from the clutch. Now that is got slightly worse. And it is now sometimes not engaging properly when I set off. It's alright up the top there because I'm just doing a loop and coming back in, but down here by the ditch What's he having to do is shunt back into the ditch, drop the mole in and then go. Otherwise it wouldn't matter, the clutch, you know, you just, you know, you wouldn't need to clutch it at all then otherwise, but I am here, so I'm not sure. It's all alright in reverse though, strangely, don't know why. Yeah, I don't know if once I'm done today, I'm not sure, I might just put the 225 on her and be done with it. Just, you know, I don't want to risk burning that clutch up, like. Yeah, so until I get her sorted, well, we'll see if she pulls away now. Yeah, that's got it. Tell by how she pulls away, whether she pulls away positively or not quite. Yeah, no point napping it up just for the sake of it, like, until I get it sorted. I need to see what the linkage is doing. I think I need a slight top up of oil. I'm getting quite a bit of play on the pedal as well, so yeah, and it will actually be quite interesting to see how the 225 copes in this field. You know, we know what the FW can do in here now. Be interested to see what that'll do, like. No, we haven't got the house builders here already. Angus has come with his 3CX to see what we're doing. Let's have a look at a mole and see what we got. What we got, Angus? We got a hole.
Yeah. It's not that clay here, actually, is it?
Oh.
I was trying to find a drain over there. There might be. I heard it go through the gravel.
What, a bit further up there, sort of thing, like, yeah. Yeah, it should be out here, yeah.
Alright. Just on the 20 inches.
Yeah, that's what we measured that lot. So Angus thinks we're just a little bit lower that where the drain is. So hopefully where he's pulling now we'll find a drain. But it's making a good hole, basically. That's what you want. You know, it's holding together, it's not crumbling. You know, that's the whole idea, sort of thing, look. And it's good to, you know, Angus has been digging some of these just to see what his moles are doing just over there. So he kindly said, "Oh, I've got the big hole. Come and have a look, like." So it's good to see. You know, you are doing good. You know, it's not just crumbling. You know, you're pulling through and it's just crumbling behind it. Like, it's a waste of time, then, isn't it? See the line of the mole in the bottom of the hole there. Can't see a drain though. Ah, there we go. You're right with your stick, I think. That's what we're after. That bit of gravel. It's hard down there. There you go, you can just see where the mole's on there. We hole there for the mole. Is that the mole? That could be the mole there. There you go, yeah.
Not that much cover on it, is it?
No.
Actually, yeah, you don't. bit too far,
Definitely.
you'll be through the drain.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, maybe a couple of inches there.
Well, that will do, I think. That rear axle definitely works now. Oh, you can feel it go in and out, so that is good. Yeah, just needed a bit more load on the axle to get it to brake. So that's good. But yeah, I've got to sort that clutch out. I need to have someone operate the clutch so I can see what the mechanism's doing. So it just don't seem to be coming out sometimes all the way. I don't know what it is, but I need to have a closer look, more so than in the field here anyway. Yeah, this hole just does just shows you exactly what we're doing. So running diagonally across the field into the ditch at the edge of our field there, you got these. Now that's the land drain, a tile, whatever you want to call it. The old ones tend to be clay, the new ones tend to be plastic. Either way, it does the same job. Then on top of your tile, you have your stone. So you got all the stone on there like that. So the mole comes through and it goes through the stone, so that during the winter when that mole is running with water will come, it will then hit the stone, percolate through the stone into the land drain, and that'll take it to the ditch. So basically molding is an aid to the existing land drain system. It just helps, drain the field even better, especially when you've got wet spots and that. Lasts for between 5 and 10 years, depending on how good a mole they are. So you don't want to go too deep with the mole, because then you'll go through the drains and it'll just make things even worse, because the water won't be able to get away down the land drains because they'll be broken. So you've got to be at the right depth to miss the land drain but get the stone. And that's what we've done. I've dropped that down, the leg down on the Ceres Unimole now about another 1.5 inches. So it's just going in the stone more, so where it was just skimming, now I've gone in about that much deeper, so we're well into the stone with the mole. But it is a lovely mole. You got all the benefits of mounted, i.e. you can back it into the ditch easy, all that sort of stuff. It's easy to move about, with the benefits of a trailed one, because you've got them cool springs either side, the hydraulically damped top ram, so it all, even on the Arctics are worse, because obviously when you steer, you're doing that sort of thing. So you're steering, you're moving the whole machine. So if that was fixed, it'd be a real lot of stress for the back of the tractor. But the springs, you don't know you got it on there, is what I'm trying to get at. You can steer around, like the pole down there, steered around that, no bother at all. It's kind to the tractor. So yeah, and we ain't really worn a lot. Let's say hard ox leg. It's fairly warm. Ooh, yeah. Don't want to hold on to that for too long. But at least we know we're doing good anyway. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. And go and get me tea. And I'll see you on the next one. Ta-ta!